Alrighty, going to try to record a quick demo of my world as it is right now, because I'm gonna continue fiddle withing it, but I'm not sure when I would else record, and it's a bit of a mess. So yeah, it's gotten hodgepodgey as I was just taking care of shit. So as you'll see, there's a bunch of markets as I was looking for certain items to buy. This was from me going for the feat of covering every water tile. You'll notice I turned off like the floaty animations. I turned off a lot of the item source stuff right now. You'll see that there's still like hitches, like my frame rate, you can see in the upper right, goes to like, it's in the 40s. Like it normally sits at 60 when the factory is off. Yeah, having the factory on or off makes a huge difference. I also have audio off right now because the game is just so really fucking annoying with its repetitive sounds. Like at first, I just really enjoyed playing the game with the sound on. Eventually, when I had automated manufacturing, I had to just turn it off. So down here is me working towards the feat to generate 1,000,000 monies with banks. Hopefully looking at gear is not a bad spoiler. Yeah, there's perf hitches as I go in and out of menus too. Where's the banks money? There we go. So I'm a bit over halfway on that. I'm letting that idle as I do other things. As I go get the buff for building buildings for half off, like I'll go and refresh my buffs over here at the shrines. I could probably build a bunch more shrines, just haven't. I then would add more banks to get to that Chivo faster, but I'm not in any super big hurry because I still have other stuff to do. I think my production lines are at the point where I could feasibly start pushing for the final feats. That's me just clearing. You'll notice that like I've kind of built out pretty much every island. I started terraforming or doing bridges as I was going for that Chivo or the feat. I tried to leave all the things intact that I could when building out. I did accidentally obliterate one shrine, so be careful about that. It's not going to hurt me long term. Oh, yeah, this is the quarry. I wish... Oh, yeah, here, let me grab my little drone thing. One sec, where is he? No, I'll just pick up everything myself. Drones to pick stuff up is nice. So this is my quarry. I have 4 quarries in each of the corners of these islands. As far as I understand it, the internet says 4 power plants are the max you can get for stacking efficiency. And then, so that makes the rods shoot faster, and I maybe makes the quarry shoot faster, but mostly I wanted the rods in the middle to gather faster. Those get really expensive, so I had more rods, but I needed to claim some parts for a little bit. I can put more there later. Mostly I've just been lazy. Like if I wanted to make this more efficient, I'd rip out all these bridges and put terrain, because as far as I can tell, resources can't spawn on the bridges. And then I have a shit ton of lighthouses over here because while they don't extend all the way out past that midline, these 2 quarries are much more efficient. You'll see like 1,000 coal get dropped. Mostly I needed it for the coal. Like the raw materials, while I can consume the shit out of those, the coal, I can drain thousands of coal. I don't know, every 10 seconds or something. It's stupid. Animal stone for, you know, easily butchering. Blah. Oh yeah, you'll see the piles of sand. So these things, the oil things, can produce sand, but it's annoying because it doesn't get automatically gathered, so you have to wander by periodically. The jars of oil they make isn't affected by the lighthouses, but the sand is, so I was using that to be able to produce a shit ton of glass. Let's see. I think that's it for like that part of the world. And then here's the factory. This is the part that was originally over to the south of the quarry, but then I wanted to move up and away because it was very hodgepodgey, piecemealy. So the shrine and this dude were here. So yeah, you have the resources that come from the factory, raw inputs for the traditional smelting, raw inputs for the magical smelting. Outputs, refined things for magical, refined for nuclear. This one's actually the inputs and outputs for nuclear. I didn't want to have 2 bins, mostly because I was running out of space. And then factory outputs. So I think all in all, so I have the 4 power plants trying to touch as much of the factory as I can. I have 6 iron ingot producers, 6 gold iron ingot, or gold, yeah, 6 gold ingot producers. 8 steel producers, 6 royal steel producers, 2 thread, 2 royal garb or 2 royal thread. Where are you? I forgot what this one was. So that's leather. Let's see, can I take this guy off real quick? Which building are you? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it's, I actually have 3 royal thread. Okay. And then yeah, like, oh, I don't have plastic in here. I didn't start making plastic again. Shit. I knew I was forgetting something. So I have 4 circuits, 2 of each nuclear thing, and 4 plexiglass. Fiberglass? Fiberglass. So I could probably convert one of the fiberglasses to plastic if I wanted to have every resource. I don't think I'm using plastic anymore, but you can see I have 1. So maybe I not like, oh, am I not making more circuits because I don't have plastic? 1 second. Oh, that one's gonna finish. I guess I'm just consuming the circuits that fast. What takes plastic? Fiberglass takes plastic. Okay, the fiberglass is stalled out. Good thing I was taking a look at this during the little show off. We will do you to plastic. Also, infinite crafting. Fantastic when you're ready just to start going to town. That's what all of this is set to. I'm not sure if I need... How fast is fiberglass or plastic being made? It's hard to see. Okay, I probably need to do 2 plastic. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, that should let the fiberglass pick back up. And then yeah, I have 4 void steel to 2 cosmic steel. That's all necessary to get to what was the ultimate gear before the nuclear update. Now there's the nuclear stuff. Eventually, I did want to have this to all be void gate. I just didn't realize how expensive that was to actually craft, so I've been buying it off the merchants. Anyway, that's the current state of this messy world. I did leave margin on the side, outside the factory, so everything's squished in one on the left and the top. So I do eventually want to have a railroad that circumnavigates the world. I think the only other thing I'd consider doing is continue blasting this out to be a bunch more lighthouses, whether it's lighthouses surrounding the quarry to optimize for the quarry. That would also mean potentially if I surrounded the whole quarry with lighthouses and left like a little spot here, I could either put a animal stone to attract animals there so that I get a ton of resources from them, a bit of land to dig, but you know, take advantage of these stacking lighthouses. Yeah, 5,000 sand. I've done everything else so far. It's just get a shit ton of money and finish crafting all my nuclear gear. And upgrade like 100 buildings to nuclear. So I suspect that what that'll entail is respacing out my ballistas to make sure that just in general the world stays clear. You can see that. Oh, this is the remnants of my old factory. My old factory was these 2 tiles that then sprawled down into this tile and a little bit this tile. I was like, oh, that's going to take roughly four tiles of space. Let's go put it somewhere where it actually looks like it didn't grow too organically. Eventually, yeah, I want to get all my storage, get like a little food cooking area to co-locate similar buildings. But yeah, get the ballista spaced out. Maybe puts, if I'm not going to put tiles over every, oh, this is me learning how to measure the islands. 12 across. Maybe a harvesting rod in places that I'm not going to tile over. I was tempted to dig up a lot of the land and minimize regions that I didn't particularly like, but keep things like the towers around. I'm not like, I had that motivation, and ideally I thought, oh, it'd be cool to, you know, terraform the whole planet to make it look how I want. As you can see by the obvious like nature creeping back in to places that I hang out, my motivation level for doing that is definitely lowering. While I did refactor my factory to get it up and out of the way and make my quarry more efficient, I think that was mostly to drive towards being able to build enough of the nuclear materials I needed. So anyway, I also am monstrously strong at this point. It's like Terraria, where you can eventually just get stupidly strong. Not sure if you care about spoilers, but like, here's one of the in-game bosses you can summon. We'll just summon several. And murder. Oh, I don't have my drones, so they're not gonna. 1 second. You, come here. Open this for me. Excellent. Perfect. Thank you, drone. Back to your station. Yeah, so monstrously strong. Yeah, you know, that happens. Anyway, hope that satisfies you, Mike, Meg, anybody else that's watching that played Forager. I know my world's gross now. But, yep, driving for the final Chivos. Thanks.